Bounty. This is Blake 7 Series 1. We're getting close to the finale. And in this one, we have Blake and Callie who find President Zarkov, who is this like president of this planet called Lindor, who is a prominent figure who was able to unite his people and help fight against the Federation. But he's a prisoner slash exiled slash sort of like almost like self-imposed exilement. Pretty damn awesome. I really like this episode a lot. This entire season is a banger. We're going to review this episode using my space system. So story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment, each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best that you can get in any category. We're starting off with a 2 out of 2 for the storyline here. I love this story here with them trying to get this guy. There's many parts to this story. These final few episodes of season 1 or series 1 have a lot going on. Like there's so much jam-packed in this episode. So once they got to convince the guy to come with them, right? And he just likes being where he is, and he's got a huge room of collectibles. I can relate. And and Blake smashes one of his records. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You're coming with us." And his daughter wants him to go. It's like, let's go and fight the Federation. So they got to kind of break him out. So they got to break him out, but then they also have to convince him to go. So there's 2 sections there. Then once they get there, they find that the ship's been taken over by Tarvin, I think the guy's name was. He was this former smuggler slash bounty hunter now guy who's trying to capture them. And Jenna has pretended to join forces with them. And you're like, what the heck happened here? This is like an entire new thing that's going on. Like you thought, okay, it's like the first half was this, now we've got this other thing and they're all tied up and they have to get out. It's so damn awesome. Just 2 out of 2, big time for the story. You know, Jenna's not betraying them. Absolutely loved it. For the pacing, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. Love the pacing here. Again, as I said, it starts off as one story and it quickly flips to another one with the hostages, and then Villa's got to try to unlock these. They've got these neck things that'll blow up. They've got to figure out how to unlock that. And then they're like, well, did Jenna betray us or not? You're constantly like, on your toes, like, wait, what's going on here? The thing with Terry Nation and Blake 7 is that you can never be sure of anything. That's the beauty of the show. You're like, maybe Jenna did betray them. I don't know. Like, you really actually don't know. You're there's a part where they give you the clue where she walks around them and she sees that their cuffs are undone and the cuffs are like shoved in the corner. So she sees that and then doesn't rat them out. So you're like, okay, she's with them, right? But what the pacing is awesome. Like you're right into this thing. The artistry, I'll give it 1.5. Everything looks pretty good. There's not a lot of ship battles or anything in this one. It's mostly just that forest area. You've got the guy's kind of little base where they have to break him out of and his little room of collectibles. Nothing massively crazy, but it all looks good to me. I like it. Again, this is an old show. If you're going to be upset that there's like some effects that don't stand up to Lord of the Rings, are you watching this and after you watch this episode, you're like, this wasn't as good as Lord of the Rings and, was some stupid crap like that. It's like, we're watching an old show. So check your brain, right? Like, that they didn't have $400 million to make this, so it still looks better than The Acolyte. So there's that. Anyway, it looked good to me. Everything looks fine. Like the music, all that stuff works. For the characters, I was looking at my notes. Really, I have to look at my notes for the characters. 2 out of 2. First of all, everyone's the best. Everybody knows that Avon's the greatest character of all time. That's standard. That's obvious. But man, again, everyone's on fire. Even like the daughter. Like you got this president guy. He's a bit of a wimp, right? But he's lost confidence in himself. So it's like, even that's explained. But then his daughter's awesome. She's like, no, I'm gonna. And she doesn't know that Jenna didn't betray them. So she's pissed off at Jenna. That's interesting. Plus that Tarvin guy, he's a pretty damn cool character too. He's kind of like, Jenna's like, well, hey, why don't you take this other, we've got a couple $100 million here that we can share with you. Why don't we take that instead? And like, I don't know. Jenna's great for playing both sides for playing him off. That was awesome. And he was kind of a cool character too. And there's a lot of great stuff going on with the characters. The characters in Blake 7 is really what makes this thing special. For the enjoyment factor, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. So I'm giving this a 9.5. out of 10. I absolutely loved this episode. I think it was damn awesome. 2 more episodes to go. Really looking forward to finishing this off. If you enjoy Blake 7, and if you like my video, please remember to hit the like, share the video out as well if you can, and subscribe to the channel. Check out the Blake 7 playlist. It's going to be part of the classic TV shows playlist, which includes, of course, Star Trek, the original series. I also have all of Enterprise on there. Very little appreciated Star Trek Enterprise. And Blake 7 is there as well. So that's everybody. Thanks for watching. Until next time.